Welcome, everybody. Brand new month. We're in November, and with that comes the all important BLS Jobs numbers. Welcome to the Market Update Desk with Scott Riley, NMLS number 157524. Wanted to do a later update today so I could go in depth on these numbers, break them down, dissect them, and give you some background information to them that really isn't out in the traditional media where they go as deep. So the headline was BLS jobs numbers. The market was expecting plus 100,000. What did we get? We got 12,000. It's one of the lowest numbers since early in 21. But not only that, we saw a negative revision to over 112,000 from the previous 2 months. You know, a lot of the jump we've had in mortgage rates went back to these so-called blockbuster numbers that we had in jobs the previous 2 months. And guess what? As normal with the BLS, there was a lot of fluff and incorrect data. So it's the September number. That's the one that gave us over 240,000 jobs. That was revised downward by 31,000 jobs. Now, keep in mind, that's just the first revision. I fully expect a revision next month downward also to September. In addition, August was revised down a second time to 81,000 jobs. Now, that gives us a net total for August of 78,000. While the bond market would have reacted drastically different back at the beginning of September when we got these August numbers, if the real data was actually shown correct at 78,000. Instead, we got to wait for revisions, which doesn't have the same effect. Now, that's the headline number. And within the headline number, the birth-death model supposedly created 386,000 jobs. Now, remember, that's the BLS trying to impute, understand, and calculate what small businesses are creating or losing. They gave us a number of plus 386. ADP, in comparison, that actually has real payroll data, showed small companies created 4,000 jobs. So guess what? Without the birth-death model, we'd have negative jobs. So once again, the BLS is gaming the system in a lot of ways, and it's unfortunate because people think the economy is much better than what it is. Now, that's the headline numbers. Now, within these numbers, it said government grew by 40,000, healthcare by 51,000, and leisure and hospitality gave back 4,000. So look at of the 40,000 were government jobs. It's not how you create a stable economy. Now, within the second report is the household survey. That's where they actually call people and get real numbers. The U3, or the headline unemployment, was 4.1. We're going to get into why that's really not accurate. And the U6 grew a tenth, which is the all-in unemployment, to 7.7%. So the total jobs in the household was a negative 368,000 jobs. So magically, the headline gives us 12,000, but the real data gives us minus 368,000. The labor force participation decreased by 220,000 jobs. Labor force participation rate shrank by a tenth, fell to 62.6 from 62.7%. So the household survey takes into account the effect of the storms, effect of the strikes. A lot of the media is talking about the 12,000 jobs were drastically affected in the headline survey by the storms and the 3 strikes going on. But yet the household survey actually takes those into account. And that's where it's shown we lost 368,000 jobs. Let's talk about the unemployment rate. It said that we were still at 4.1%, flat for the month. But when you look at the non-rounded number, 4.145, so we were 5/1000ths from it jumping to 4.2%. But even deeper than that, if you actually factored in the 220,000 labor force participation individuals that left the labor force because they fell off the unemployment rolls, if you factored that into the unemployment rate, which it really should, because those are empiric numbers, that would have actually given us a true unemployment rate of 4.28%, rounded to 4.3%. Wow, the market and bond market would have looked drastically different today at these numbers if the real data would have really been put into play and shown. Now, full-time jobs. We lost 164,000 full-time jobs last month. Part-time jobs, we lost 227,000. Now, we talked about last month, there was a real oddity to this magic blockbuster 250,000 plus jobs created that were unexpected last month. We showed that in the category of 16 to 19-year-olds, there were 231,000 jobs magically created, which didn't make sense because that age group would have gone back to school. So how would you have those people as full-time employers? Didn't make sense. The numbers seem to be played with. Now, this month, we're showing that same category, 16 to 19-year-olds, lost 183,000 jobs. So look at that. We lost almost 85% of those magical, mystical, theoretical full-time jobs that were to 16 to 19-year-olds that were put in the last month. Now, is there politics involved? Is there gamesmanship? Yeah, you got to really wonder. So we knew this was going to happen, and we're probably going to see another revision next month to that. One of the things we saw from this is the betting market for next year, for 2025, the terminal rate factored in the potential for an additional quarter-point rate cut, which would put us right at about 3.45% for the Fed funds rate terminal rate. Now, where are we today in the market? Unfortunately, we're doing a Groundhog Day, rinse, repeat, another day. 10 years are up 8 basis points to 4.363 as I see right now. And the mortgage-backed securities are down another 18 to 98.87 as I'm looking at it in real time. My suspicion is, as Jimmy Buffett would say, come Monday, a couple days from now, I think we're going to get a little bit of a pop as the market digests this report, goes into it, the traders take a look at it, and some of the gamesmanship comes more to light within the market and media. So it was a weak report, but when you go into the weeds of it, it was a significantly weak report, and not just because what the politicians are going to say for storms and strikes. It's not really affecting it. Hope you find this interesting. What it means is I think we got this weekend and maybe part of this upcoming week, next week, to kind of work through some of these in the market and maybe start to bring some of this back. Hopefully we've hit this top end of the 10-year in mortgage-backed securities getting hammered, and we start to get some back. Give us a call. We're on call this weekend, and our team is ready to help you out. 616-293-2189. Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk. Enjoy the weekend, everyone.